Hi, this is Miss Pellegrin, and today we are going to be looking at our warm-up on inequalities. Number 6, -5 plus y is greater than 11 negative. So number 6, -5 plus y is greater than 11. Okay. So this does not have a number in front of it. We just have to do the additive inverse. One step. So that would give me 0 to get y by itself. But if I do it to one side, I must do the same thing to the other side, which leaves me with y is greater than, I have the same sign, so we're adding. So 11 and 5 is 16. So y is a greater than 16. It's not equal to it, so we need an open circle. So on 16, I have my open circle, and it said y is greater than. So I need to show all numbers that are greater than 16. So it should be going to the right. Okay. Number 7. -10 is less than or equal to 2 plus 8. -10 is less than or equal to 2 plus h. Okay, we want h by itself. So I've got this 2, it's a constant. I can do the additive inverse of it. And if I do it to one side, to make it equal 0, I have to do the same thing to the other side. So -10 and -2 together, they have the same sign, so I have to add, which gives me 12. Keep the sign of the greater absolute value, so it is a -12 is less than or equal to h. I did not multiply by a negative number or divide by a negative number, so therefore my symbol is not being reversed. -12 is less than or equal to h. Equal to meaning a closed circle. -12. Closed circle, and then h has to be something that's greater than that. Okay, so -11 is greater, so it's going towards the right. All numbers that are greater. Number 8, -3a is less than -30. I have a number in front of my variable, and so therefore I need to do the multiply by the reciprocal. I'm just going to rewrite this because I have that number 8 there, so I don't have room. So I'm multiplying by the reciprocal of -3, so that's a -1/3. Anytime I multiply by a negative number, my symbol gets reversed. So that leaves me with a is greater than, so the 3's would cancel, 30 over 3. And it was a positive times a negative. There was one negative sign, so this is negative. So a is greater than -10. Okay. Greater than meaning not including, so -10. Oh, that's what I missed. This 30 was a negative. That was helpful. So then this was 2 negative signs, which would make this a positive. Very important to write it the way that you see it. Otherwise, you will make a mistake. So a is greater than 10. So here's 10. It's greater than, so it's going to be open circle, and all the numbers that are greater than 10. Okay, number 9, 3r plus 2 is less than -22. 3r plus 2 is less than -22. is less than 10, negative 20. It's less than negative 22. Okay, so now we're at a two-step. We have two terms on the side with our variable. So first we are going to subtract the 2, the number that doesn't have a variable, do the additive inverse. If you do it to one side, do it to the other side. Remember, you can show the different sides like this. So that leaves me with 0. So 3r is less than negative 22 and negative 2. Same sign, we add, keep the sign of the greater absolute value. Okay. Multiply by our reciprocal, so the reciprocal of 3 is 1/3. So that leaves me with r is less than a negative 24/3. So r is equal to a negative 8, right? Double check. 24 divided by, yes, 8. Okay, making sure. Oops, I changed to an equal sign. Try not to rush. So r is less than negative 8. So that means we're having an open sign. 8. And all numbers that are less than that. So we're going to the left. This negative 9 is less than negative 8. And finally, number 10, 2 minus 6b. I'm just going onto the back because I ran out of room, and you have plenty of room on the back. So, 2 minus 6b. Is greater than or equal to 26. Number that does not have a variable, so the 2, we need to do the additive inverse. The opposite of positive 2 is a negative 2. And some of us had an issue with that. This minus sign goes with the 6. It's in front of the 6. It does not go with the 2. So that gives me 0. So if you do it to one side, do the same to the other. Which leaves me with negative 6b is greater than or equal to 24, because they have two different signs, positive and negative. Then we multiply by the reciprocal of the number in front of the variable. So the reciprocal of negative 6 is negative 1/6. The sign stays. So times a negative 1/6. We multiplied by a negative. So what that means is our symbol has to reverse. 24 over 6. And it is a negative because it was a positive times a negative. So b is less than or equal to a negative 4. So equal to, meaning closed circle, b is less than or equal to negative 4. So closed circle, less than or equal to, because my symbol was being reversed. And there you go. I hope you showed all of your work. You are turning this in.